Void Spirit's actually pretty good. And it is a pretty good Void Spirit game.
Dealing with Rupture isn't fun, though.
It's not the worst, but yeah, you just can get a Yules and try and delay as much of the time as possible.
And then
It is Radiant's man.
grab the Viper.
That's pretty good. This man just stands his ground, and if you decide to rupture up this Viper or dive on him with the Lesh, you just Nether Toxin underneath yourself and tank up as much damage as you can. So I like this pick a lot. It's pretty easy. Pretty easy pick there. They could also run this in the off lane, so it is flexible still.
Seconds remain.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to see that one in the off lane.
5
Decent
seconds.
kill potential as well with the Clockwork. You're able to slow people down quite a bit. Keep them inside the cogs means you're able to get a lot of poison attack stacks off onto people. I'd actually be a little bit surprised if it wasn't running the off lane here.
Yeah, I know Zero plays it in the off lane. He's played it in the past. We probably will see Team ban out the Invoker. I think it's a pretty good Invoker game for the side of black and yellow, based on what they have already. So we'll see. But both teams probably. I mean, Team needs an offlaner. I mean, you've got to ban the Invoker here, right? Even if it ends up being a mid Viper, I don't know if you can risk that.
Invoker isn't at the top of my concerns. I don't think Invoker is a very big deal here, but you're probably going to grab a carry here on Team.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's going to be Bloodseeker offlane. You're right.
Yeah. I don't know what your carry is going to be though.
Terrorblade is a Sammy classic, but into Viper feels pretty rough. Faceless is banned.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think about what Sammy's been playing a lot of recently. Faces Void and Clink's, I think, two of his most picked.
Absolutely. And Clink's first phase ban is going to be a thing against Sammy every single game.
No, maybe something can take advantage of the Tusk a little bit more. They don't go. I mean, Naga Siren on one hand seems okay, but against the Sven, you don't really want to pick up any illusion heroes. Either way, they're running out of reserve time here. Then I guess I need to focus more on bans than anything else. Get rid of the Mars, which implies they plan on picking up a ranged hero, somebody who doesn't really like being trapped. Medusa's still in the pool. Get rid of the Weaver. I mean, that's one thing that I thought was a potential to be picked up here, but he also gets blown up pretty quickly. They're probably going to pick up a hero with a stun last on black and yellow. They'll take whatever's left, but
and they got rid of
Mars. Definitely would have.
Yeah, it's like they got rid of the Mars. That was pretty good one. They have 0 reserve time basically left here on the side of Team.
Yeah, Mars would have enabled Weaver, or stopped getting rid of it would have enabled the Weaver. Get rid of the Legion Commander as well.
So they are expecting this to be a mid Viper.
What the hell do they get if they ban out Legion Commander? There's no way they take anti-mage here. That would be an awful pick.
On the side of Team?
Yeah. Anti-mage would be a horrible pick. Why'd they get rid of Legion Commander?
Radiant must choose.
Get rid of PA. Maybe that's what they were thinking.
I mean, PA is good against the Mars, though. It's not bad against Legion, either.
Spectre?
Spectre doesn't feel that good here. You're just into a Viper. Yeah, they go the Jug. It's the safest pick.
Disappointed. You sound disappointed.
It's not that great into Sven. Like, if you pop Blade Fury, Sven just kills you.
Counterpoint, he's a samurai.
It's true. Sven's a rogue knight.
10 seconds remain.
I don't mind this one here. It's good against the Viper in the off lane. It's good against the Clockwork. Like, the moment they try to commit onto you, they drop, like, you want to get, like, 3 stacks of poison attack off onto you. You just pop spin and you walk away from the enemies. He's not able to run you down with the battery assault either. Like, you can get out of the power conk just by attacking them on the side, then spinning out of them.
Why don't they just pick a Slardar here and run mid Viper?
Because they want to run Storm Spirit, apparently.
I mean, that is an Esk classic. It is pretty good this game, too. Once you have Orchid, Sammy is going to struggle really bad on this Juggernaut. You don't want to have to go Manta, but you might not have a choice.
I think you go Manta this game. Yeah. Especially, I think the Storm Spirit's going to struggle against Leshrac in the mid lane, though. You're going to be able to get off a lot of these split outs. You're going to be forced to go to the jungle somewhat early. Leshrac can just get blown up at the moment Njuba hits level 6. We'll see how this one goes. I don't know. Well, who do you prefer here? I know you're not a very big fan of Juggernaut.
I'm going black and yellow here. I mean, yeah, I'm not a fan of the Juggernaut. You're against Io Sven. It's pretty dang strong. And I think this last pick Storm is also very good here. Doesn't really care too much about the Bloodseeker. It's good against the Juggernaut. It's good against the Bane. I think they've kind of checked all my boxes. I honestly think Viper in the offlane. Yes, like Juggernaut can just Blade Fury to get rid of the poison stacks, but it has a pretty decent cooldown. And Viper will just reapply those stacks as soon as as soon as that Blade Fury ends, and then you're not gonna be able to play like aggressive. You're not gonna be able to like actually play aggressive onto this Viper like ever. So we'll see. Clockwork I think is gonna make this lane pretty solid. I'm with black and yellow on this one.
All right, I'm a team because they've got Juggernaut, and he's a samurai just like me.
Interesting. All right.
Also, I think Leshrac is a incredibly good hero, and Roya is a very good player.
That is true.
Haven't you heard of the Dong Dynasty?
So much blood.
You know, it's been mentioned once or twice, I think.
And it's amazing.
Made by the glorious Eric Dong.
Prepare for battle.
All right, we're gonna get some tips coming out between the teams. I'm sure all in good fun.
Dreaming of this moment. Close.
How close is he to Grandmaster on Bane yet? Level 28.
Not bad. He lives a nightmare. Bane is such a boring hero, man. I hate this hero. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Enfeeble is kind of an awkward spell, though.
Yeah, I feel like that spell has been reworked a lot of different ways. It's pretty good now, honestly. Like a single point of Enfeeble doing 45 attack reduction and where was the other one? What's the other one? Oh,
30 seconds to battle.
wow! I didn't realize it actually reduced cast speed. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like one of the only things that does that. Which, you know, I was like trying to theory craft it for a little while, being like, this could probably be good by throwing a lot of people off, because against good players, they're gonna have like their cast speed memorized, how long it's gonna take something to come off. But a lot of the heroes that are really good and good players play have very little cast point.
Yeah.
Like 0, so 30% increase.
Oh my goodness,
really
Esk is just getting bodied, and Sammy going for the Blade Fury. He's just gonna get first blood here. You know, like I said, it's not a great lane for the Juggernaut, but I guess if he gets first blood, it's not that bad. And they're gonna go ahead and grab themselves 2 bounty runes still as well, so that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah. Zero's gone through a little bit of his mana as well. He'll be able to regen a bit by the time he gets back to lane, but Sammy's going to be pretty high HP. Yeah, he's full again. And with
yeah, he got tossed to salve by Mike.
Yeah. And he's got boots coming out to him already, so there's your kill potential. A little bit of XP as well. You missed the first creep, but it doesn't even matter when you get that kind of first blood gold. Speaking of Mike, Jubei is trying to run him down. You're 1,000 years too young to run at IX Mike, though, unfortunately.
Actually sitting Tusk down here for the moment as Brax is kind of just left solo. Gonna take a little bit of harassment here from the IO.
Slain in cold
But
blood.
I imagine Flea's gonna leave this pretty soon. He can't afford to leave the Bloodseeker solo like this. They're gonna turn around, tag team into the blood right. That has a lot of damage, but IO pretty quick thanks to that tether. Should be fine.
Yeah.
Good night.
Unfortunately, slow doesn't last quite long enough on that tag team for them to be able to keep him in place. They do some decent damage to him. They might even force. Actually, no, they won't force this out on him. He's got headdress. He's got tangos. Probably heal up off of those. We grab one more tango. Bottom lane. I imagine Sammy Boy is probably going to wait till he's level 3, then go for a level 2 Blade Fury, run into 0 here on the Viper. I mean, these boots of speed. Wait, his Courier's dead. I missed that.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either, but he's got boots of speed and a windlace queued up so he can have the mobility.
Makes the ultimate sacrifice.
See, this ward is underrated. I place this ward all the time playing 4 positions because killing couriers is fun. That's all this game is about. It's about having fun, and there's nothing quite like killing a courier.
Roya's dead.
Actually misclicked onto a creep there, which might have actually cost him the kill.
I thought Roya was dead there, but I was wrong.
Had a fairy fire and a bottle charge still.
Yeah, miscooking the creep mistake. It's gonna cost him.
Oh boy, Jubei is going to be happy when he sees this courier coming bottom lane once again. Is he back for it? Is he gonna? He's gunning for it. Oh baby, Clockwork getting these boots again.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no, 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 no,
no, not again. Clockwork, dude. Oh my God, Sammy is in tears, I'm sure.
They can't put pressure on this Viper because they don't have the boots and the windlays. They just can't.
Wait until Viper hits level 3 in a second. Oh yeah, that's when things get real fun for the Juggernaut.
Viper's got his boots coming now. Oh my God, Jubei winning this lane for his team. I don't know how they didn't realize that that ward was there and not be more careful of the courier. I don't know. This makes the lane a lot easier for black and yellow than it needs to be. I mean, you got a great start. Those boots, yeah, that's what you spent your first blood gold on.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like you didn't get that first blood.
What first blood?
Yeah, exactly.
He literally has like 1,500 gold. No, more than that. Like 1,700 gold that he can't use. Yep. Like he is top net worth, but 1,700 of it is literally not on his person. He has full treads completed in base and a windlace. All right, if these courier dies one more time, you might just leave the game. You might just call it. Mid lane, Ryoya is surrounded by 3. Great rotation.
And he just can't get his split earth off. Fleet, what are you doing, big guy?
Yeah, I really wanted that rune. He's gonna make. Oh, he's not gonna make it. That is a snipe from Jubei on the Clockwork. This guy is popping off. All right, the courier's in the trees, Neph. It's in the trees.
There is little hope for
Very
Warriors.
appropriate that it's a Grim Reaper as it spent most of the game dead, but
Yeah, he's had enough. He's sitting along the tree path. If this courier dies again, I will lose it. There's no way at this point, though.
yeah, I can't die now.
Got it.
All right. Congratulations on your power treads. And windlace. We're looking good now. But in the mid lane, they were dancing around a little while with a couple of heroes. Roya was trying to grab the top rune, just ends up getting committed on by too many of the enemies here. S is going to hit level 6 before Roya hits his, but unfortunately doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, so not able to dive him here.
But yeah, overall, I mean, the lane's looking pretty good for black and yellow here. Yamsun top lane. Doing all right on the Sven. The Bloodseeker farming pretty much neck and neck with him, despite being left pretty much solo level 1, so he's doing well here on Brax. He's going to have that Rupture up in no time. And he also opted to go for the Max Bloodright build, which typically I think we see more often in the offlane, right?
Yeah. When it's played in the safe lane, a lot of time people just end up maxing out the Blood Rage, so extra farming speed. He doesn't really, well, it only costs 25 mana, so you can spam it a lot easier. And essentially get as much mana, almost as much mana back by the time it comes off of you. Bottom lane, Zero's playing aggressive onto Sammy here.
Yeah, forced a Blade Fury off the stacks like we talked about, and honestly, Zero is just going to look to reapply these.
Yeah. I mean, this is what you mentioned.
And
Now
he
go
just
wait
gets
for the cooldown.
double deny, though. Well played by Sammy there.
All in service to imbalance.
Mid lane. IX Mike sitting behind Roya here, but Jubei's also playing pretty close.
A lot of damage coming in from this Leshrac here with this Arcane Rune. Edict will be back up in no time, but Jubei actually pushes him back the other way. Gold.
Don't mind if I do. They realize that Clockwork is going to go for that bounty rune, though. They end up leaving that there. Or not going for it. They'll put more pressure onto this tier 1 tower mid, but I imagine they'll just fortify this
To
one.
their middle tower. Dire structures are fortified.
Sammy trying to get his level 6. Once he's got that, he can play a bit more aggressive on a Zero here. Viper doesn't have much armor, so you can spin, then drop an Omni Slash. You can kill him. It's pretty low on mana at the moment, though. IX Mike's gonna have to mango him. Give him that. Yes. All right, now they've got kill potential here. He just needs to get the Nightmare and then Brain Sap off on a 0, and it'll set up him for the kill.
Zero being smart though, not wanting to go for it. I mean, he knew IX Mike was somewhere down here, and he's not gonna let him get in range. Oh, yeah, there's no
He
way.
was saying?
Oh, I mean, like Juggernaut's not gonna come for this. Like next to the tower, that'd be suicide. If he Omni slashes, they TP2 and he just dies.
Boring. This isn't boring, though.
Yamsung in the rupture out onto Boris. Nice Stormhammer. He's definitely dead.
Yeah.
But they did already clean up pretty much all the stacks in the jungle, and Yamsung's just gonna continue to farm here, trying to surpass this Juggernaut, and he does. Ends up finding as much. And now Esk in the jungle here, gonna find the Bane. And that is gonna be a kill going the way of Esk on this Storm Spirit once again. And honestly, he's not off to a bad start either. It's really just this Viper who like hasn't really found a lot of farm in this offlane, but he has at least applied a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he slowed down the Juggernaut's farm, if nothing else. I mean, Jug's only 3,700 net worth, despite the fact that he got first blood at the start. Is definitely behind where he should be at this point, thanks to this Viper zoning.
Top tower is under attack.
Possessed Mass Neph, and I imagine they'll pass at the wave Sammy. He'll be able to farm up a little bit faster thanks to that one. IX Mike's going to soak XP in the bottom lane. I imagine once he gets level 6, they have a lot more kill potential here.
Sven just clearing up some big stacks. Just a couple of bounty runes hanging out. You know, no big deal. Esk is going to be here to claim those.
Top tower is under attack.
Stupendous.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mike just trying to soak XP, right?
Tower has
Yeah, we talked about that. His level 6 is pretty important for finding
Yeah.
these kills. They don't have a lot of lockdown without it. I'm surprised they haven't gotten the mid tower yet. They did manage to grab the top. Roya rotating up there. Now working on his Yules. Needs that done before the Storm Spirit has his Orchid. So needs to get that done pretty quickly now.
What do you think of Brax? He is rushing the Atos, the similar
I think
build that
Brax
we've
is
been
lovely.
seeing. Oh, me too, man.
He's too good for Dota, man.
That might be true.
But you mean what I think of Brax this game, right?
Yeah. It was build.
He's doing well.
All right, Sammy Omni Slash gonna find Jube. They actually trade for Ryoya in the mid lane, but bottom 0. Just gonna TP. Is it in time? All right, nice decision to not try and fight there. He's like, oh, I guess they have no stuns left, huh? I mean, you're pretty happy about that. You got the Lesh elsewhere on the map, and your Viper made it out. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, you definitely take that trade. So you're trying to soak up a little bit of XP there mid. Yeah, Roya, it's pretty important for him to finish this Yule Scepter, as I mentioned. And you're getting very close now to the Orchid on Storm Spirit. He's only 450 gold away. And you're 700 gold off this Yule Scepter now. If the Storm Spirit can get on top of you with his Orchid, like just before you get your Yule Scepter, you don't manage to get the silence off, you just get the kill off on him. Very easy. He's only got 1100 HP. Blow this guy up. I think they're trying to hit that timing right now, too. I think they should probably give up this stack to Esk here so he can get his Orchid slightly faster.
Yeah, Ancients
That's
are
what they're going
pretty
to
Yamsung.
Yeah. I'll get it off of this one. There it is. Orchid completed. Flying out to him right now, and then he'll look for a kill onto Roya. And Sammy is still a very long way off any sort of defensive item that he could go for.
They're trying to bait Flea. Right? Like, he's just sitting
It's
in
going
lane
to
level
work.
6. Mike on the side. Gonna come for the rotation, but he does end up seeing Yamson, I think, as he peeks his head out, so he's gonna back up instead. All right, Neff, what do you think? Where? Oh, they actually smoke up mid. Like you said, they want to use this Orchid. They get the scan right on the money. Finds Juggernaut here. He did end up going the Echo Saber. This item is so good, man. This item is just way too good right now.
I mean, it's one of the few items that's left that you don't need to pay for a recipe, but gives you way more stats in the components.
Yeah. Oh, hookshot mid. Ryoya gonna get caught for the moment, but the Yule setup, turning it around. Flea actually getting a nice snowball into the Fiend's grip. They do manage to bring down the Ember, jeez. the Storm Spirit. Now Leshrac stuck inside. There's gonna be the Blood Right though, and the Rupture capturing Sven. The rest of Team, they don't care. They're gonna continue the chase. Yamstone though stands his ground, cleaving the backside. A nice split Earth though from Ryoya, be able to push them back. Now Zero trying to stay on top of Sammy's Juggernaut here. He's gonna get him. Takes him from downtown.
This will slow down that Maelstrom that he's working on even more. But yeah, smart to play there by Yamstone, just realizing, oh, I can just stay on my ground. You want to spin on me? 100 and what? 40 damage a second? That's nothing. Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah,
that's
that's
165.
And not just that, but he also was cleaving like 3 to 4 heroes the whole time as well. So his team just got wrecked as soon as they tried to make that dive onto this Sven. And they'll probably think twice about doing that again.
Yeah, he's gone full early game items on the Sven as well. Mask of Madness, Echo Saber, Power Treads here.
Also a really good job.
Out next.
He's
probably good.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think about what he's going to go for next year. I don't necessarily think you need a BKB.
Radiant should look to their
On
bottom.
Yamsun?
Yeah, Sanji Yasha?
This game,
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
probably. It's too good against Rupture. I think you have to go with status resistance here. Oh, Boris, no reload. Does have mech and stuff, though. Might be able to keep him alive, but the damage, is it enough? He goes for the TP out. He gets healed up. He's going to survive, and Rupture ends up helping secure the kill there onto the IO, but Boris, he's done his job. A 3-man gank to the bottom lane, and he's the only one who dies.
Yeah, Flea ended up coming onto IO. I guess they didn't know if he had relocate or not. If he did, that like going for the IO is the correct play. If he didn't, then you gotta try to interrupt that TP. So, just slightly off with their timing on that one. I'm pretty sure Brack is really good about recording times of major spells, though. So it's a little bit surprising me that they ended up putting the Walrus Punch on the IO there.
All right, mid lane smoked up here. Yamsun, he is just going to rush the BKB. They find Sammy. This is huge. In comes the leap hook shot into the Orchid. That's a bold one. If that Ancient gets that kill, it feels so bad.
Yeah, you've wasted a lot of mana and put your heroes pretty far out of position. They're trying to take this tower off this one. Still sitting at full HP. They immediately glyph it up, but I don't think they'd be able to defend regardless. Not against God's Strength on Sven.
Absolutely. Nice flare on the backside from Jubei. There's the Walrus Punch. Thrown him into the air, and the question is, can he get out of here? There is still a mech available on Boris. There's the Nightmare. Yamsun's ready to go, though. He's still got time in his God Strength. They find Ryoya. In comes Esk as well. The chop. So much damage. He throws himself into Yule just for a moment, but it's not going to matter. They get the kill. Ryoya tipped by Yamsun for that one.
Got it.
As he should be. That was a little bit ambitious thinking you could defend that tower, especially with Juggernaut down. At this point, you need to buy yourself a little bit more time. Juggernaut has not finished another item for the last, like, 5 minutes right now, by the way. He just gotten killed twice in a row. He's just about got his Maelstrom, but he farms so slow at the moment. And he went for this Echo Saber so he could feel more tanky and participate a little bit more, but just hasn't been able to. And now he needs his Maelstrom done easy, Manta style done immediately afterwards. The Storm has had the Orchid for a while now.
It's also really sick once he ends up getting the shard, because the attack from Blade Fury will proc the Echo Saber slow, which is pretty neat.
Yes, he's going for the Kaya. You probably go for Kaya Sans this game as well. Deal with the Fiend Grip, deal with the Rupture.
On Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's too good of a game for status resistance. Mostly just for the Rupture, but also for like you said, for Fiend's Grip as well. All pretty good pickups this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But it's slight 2k gold lead here for Black and Yellow. Overall, game pretty even, 6-7.
Radiant's
Black and Yellow
Not enough
really need a
action.
win here as well. Like, they have really struggled so far in their first
tower.
couple series of the tournament. Orchid comes
Catch
out, they
IX Mike.
find IX Mike. Well played there by Jubei.
And now they're going to look towards Brax here. They don't have Blink Dagger, so they're going to struggle to get on top of him. Hookshot already expended too. Esk is pretty low on mana. I mean, they can't. They know that the entire Black and Yellow squad is here, but they're not able to turn the fight on them regardless if they decide to dive, and they can't move into their own jungle to try and fight them either. It feels really miserable, to be honest.
All right, it's just trying to make space for Sammy here on this Juggernaut, who is, farming up a little bit faster now once he had that Maelstrom completed. I mean, still 9k net worth almost. Going for the Manta style like we talked about, an absolute necessity this game against the Orchid.
This is rough. First BKB charge on Sven still hasn't been used, despite the fact that he finished farming it up a little while ago. Viper is working on his own BKB. 2,000 gold away from it. Allows him to die. I mean, he can attack Leshrac without a care in the world, basically. Stand his ground against him. Looks like they're going to turn their eyes towards this bottom tier 2 tower. They know that the enemies aren't able to defend from it right now. They can't fight into them, so they'll grab this, move to the outpost, and then I think they'll start to set up around the Rosh pit. That's going to be their goal.
They're actually pinging Rosh on team.
They can't. Not fast enough. There's no way.
I mean, with Ryoya and the Juggernaut, they might be able to. Like, they do a lot of damage. But he had already committed Edict in the mid lane, and they are getting the tier 2. It has fallen. Relo is available if they want to try and contest this. The Roshan is about a 3rd HP, and it looks like they're going to give it up.
They'll let it drop low, and then they'll relocate him.
Oh, yeah. They're going to get the kill. The reload comes through. They find the Juggernaut. He's got an Aegis. They take down the Healing Ward. Omni Slash coming through. IX Mike already eliminated so far. Nice Atos there from Brax, but Sammy, he's got nothing left in the tank, and he's about to spawn right on top of a Cogs here. Yamsun trying to get away, but a great hook shot from Jubei. Catches Ryoya on the Lesh, and that's going to be another pick off. Yamsun falling low. Can he actually find the kill here on Flea? He's trying to get him out of here, but the slows from 0 isn't enough. It is. He turns it around. He gets the auto attacks, and Yamsun cleaves right through him. Brax trying to hobble away, but the battery assault is too much. Ends up being a 5-man wipe.
Not a great idea, but they're kind of desperate in this point of the game. I mean, if they'd gotten in even earlier, I mean, if they went in earlier, I mean, they wouldn't have had the Aegis either, and they would have given that up to Black and Yellow. And Black and Yellow did the opportunity to go in sleepy earlier. They let them have the Roshan essentially there, but still managed to outplay them. Now, 5k net worth advantage here. And playing against Sven when he's more farmed than you is going to feel near impossible. Manta style not even close to done right now on Sammy Boy either. Still needs an ultimate orb. I mean, just barely has the gold for a Manta style right now. This game is so hard, man. Roya's got Boots of Travels and Yule Scepter. I mean, he can kind of try to dodge out the Storm Spear, but without the BKB, Storm Spear's gonna be able to zip him so far away, get on top of him, kill him. Watch this.
Trax and Flea are behind him. They're ready to go. The question is, do they have the save? He's gonna have to be able to go for the snowball, but it's not in time. He gets pulled too far back. Rupture out onto the storm. Taken down by Flea, but it's Yamsun with a BKB God Strength active, trying to get his eyes on these heroes as they run through the trees. Yamsun, and just, oh, he gets the Storm Hammer off just in time. And now, use that grenade, sir. You gotta use the jungle items. He forgot. This is the best time to use the grenade, by the way.
Passive grenade. And now he just completes the Blink Dagger on Sven. It just floated out to him in the middle of that. He'll have an even easier time getting on top of these heroes.
I believe it's known as Gassive Panade.
Ah, my bad.
Yes, it's fine.
Gassive Panade. I mean, the movement speed is what he's really using it for, right?
Maybe.
Oh,
Fiend's Grip instantly canceled. That feels real bad for Mike and Sammy. He does have Omni. Roya behind him as well. Without Storm Spirit, they can't really get close enough, but Zero, I mean, do they really care? They've got a Blink Dagger. He goes forward, chops down the ward, and now he's looking for more. In comes the Storm. Juggernaut goes down into the trees. Roya trying to run away, but Boris scouting him out. S comes over, hits him with the Vortex. It's a slaughter. One by one, they crumble on the side of Team Team as Black and Yellow now have an 8,000 gold lead.
It feels so much worse than that, though. I mean, it looks like 8,000 on my screen, but it feels like there's no way they can fight into these heroes. XP advantage is, what, like 11,000, 12,000 at the moment. They need levels on these heroes. They need Manta style done on Sammy. I mean, Storm Spirit just zipped right over him with an Orchid as he flew by and stayed on top of the Leshrac. This game feels so easy for Black and Yellow at the moment. I mean, I like Team Team's draft. I think it's solid, but
this last
Sammy
pick Storm is
Hindu
too good,
leads.
I think is the problem. I think the Storm Spirit in this game is just totally free, and you still have IO Sven to farm up, you know, as much as you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think it's the rundown potential in the bottom lane, like being able to gap the distance with the Juggernaut, being able to gap the distance with the Bane, and get on top of this this Viper, take advantage of his low
In those
boots.
early
Like,
levels, yeah.
yeah, but it was prevented by Jubei on the Clockwork.
Yeah.
Ended up sniping those couriers.
Yeah, I mean, he delayed literally 1,700 gold in net worth to the Juggernaut for the first 6 minutes of the game.
Yep.
Or like
Because of
5
that,
minutes
instead
of
of
the game. Yeah.
yeah, instead of Viper getting zoned out of the lane, instead Sammy Boy went into the jungle because of that. Even though he got first blood,
He was still
bottom lane.
farmed coming out of lanes, but like it's one of those things where like he would have pushed his advantage way more.
Yep.
Relocate comes in. They actually managed to find them in the trees. Okay, Bane gonna take out to the Soulbind, and now they get Ryoya as well.
Yeah, I mean, he needs this BKB to be able to hold his ground against his Storm Spirit, but this is what I was talking about when that same thing happened on the top lane. The fact that he's going to be able to zip from like anywhere on the map. His main priority is shutting down this Leshrax's game, and nobody on his team is able to get their hands on the Storm Spirit to punish him for that kind of aggression right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're smoked up on the side of Black and Yellow, and they didn't really commit much of anything. It was just the relo. And Yamsun waiting to go back in with this God Strength Blink BKB. Sammy gonna be forced to TP right away. Flee? He should make it out.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Yeah, he'll be fine. This is Flea we're talking about here. Come on, man's a god gamer.
They turn around with a smoke of their own. They're gonna try and maybe find Esk, but he is backing off to the mid lane.
Yeah. I mean, they've got kill potential here. Flea's got his Blink Dagger. He can gap the distance with that, get the Walrus Punch off, and they can follow up with a Fiend's Grip. Jubei would be an issue for that, though. You'd be able to interrupt it with a hook shot. We'll see.
Yeah,
And
unless
maybe
he's
a
able to
Storm-
like Fiend's Grip from outside vision or something, but
I mean, you kind of have to make a mistake here on Black and Yellow if you'd be able to get back into this as team. Like, they throw Leshrac into a random lane, they hope Storm overextends onto it, and then they follow up with, like, a Walrus Punch and a Grip. But for that to happen, you need to, like, overextend onto a hero when nobody is showing, which I don't think they're going to do.
they're going to the triangle. They're gonna see Ryoya for a moment. They know exactly where he's gonna be. Trying to TP out on the high ground, but it's not gonna happen. And that is a dead Leshrac on the backside. I heard a reload. I'm not really sure where that went, but Jubei finds IX Mike. They take down 2.
Yikes. I mean,
And
again,
I'm not sure if you
desperation.
noticed, Viper went the Aghanim Scepter this game. So
Yeah.
Juggernaut's game is even worse.
Yeah. Every time he does anything, actually, I think because of how Omni Slash works now, I think you keep maximum attack speed.
Oh, the shards end up trapping Sammy. He goes for the Omni Slash. It's bouncing around. Gonna do a lot of damage to Esk here, but he's got plenty of mana left. And there comes the Stormhammer. Tries to Manta dodge it, but it's not timed. And now Sammy Vortex back in. Snowball. Not gonna be enough. Oh boy, Flea. Doesn't usually make those kind of errors, but it's gonna cost him dearly as all 4 heroes end up falling as a result. And the only survivor is Ryoya because he wasn't there, Neff.
Yeah, that's rough. And Jubei is hunting while this is happening. He doesn't have hookshot available, but he knows where Ryoya is and where he's going to be.
If he can just stop
But
his
everyone else in the
TP,
team-
I think they like can almost end it.
Yeah.
That's all he wants to do is just try and stop the TP back from Leshrac. He drops a ward and he's got vision now.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. He's got Silver Edge on Sven. He's got God Strength by the time the Bloodseeker's back up. Ryoya's not going to be able to...
Yeah, scouted for the reload. Ryoya comes in, nice double split earth, hook shot, up in a couple seconds, but Esk able to just chase him down, and they're gonna rejoin back in the mid lane here in just a moment. TP is coming in. Zero does have to be careful. Yamsun hits that Storm Bolt again. Like you said, he's got the Silver Edge, he's got the God Strength up in just a second, but there's gonna be the Fiend's Grip. Mike ends up dying, and now Sammy has to be careful. The God Strength comes in. Sven, he goes forward, he gets ruptured, has to TP.
Can I get him?
Ooh! 60 health. Esk TP's out as well. Zero standing his ground. Drops that Nether Strike onto Tusk. He's going to get interrupted, but he gets the kill in the process. Now Io looking to tether, but it's on cooldown for 6 more seconds. Looks like they will finally get something for their troubles, but it cost a buyback on Mike and a mid lane melee barracks.
They couldn't get the Sven, though. That was the big kill. They needed to grab me at 60 HP left. Just wasn't quite enough. It's not getting any easier for him. This game is so difficult. It just continues to be difficult. I feel for him.
I'll take that.
They're
as
doing their
tribute.
best here. I mean, they'd like to set up in Roshan, but again, you can't do it. You don't have BKB done on the Leshrac yet. You just use buyback. You'll have Omni Slash available. Right now, he's waiting for healing.
Oh no!
Is under attack.
He got bashed by Rosh and died. In comes Yamsun finding Bane. How many? I mean, Roshan's been a big MVP in today's games. I'll be honest.
I mean, that was a risky move to begin with. I think you kind of die there regardless. You might have been able to get the spin off. Is like the Storm Thread zipped in with the quick reaction times, but
I mean, he was just trying. He wasn't trying to tank the Rosh. That's the problem. He kept trying to re-aggro it to the Bloodseeker and then just kept getting bashed.
yeah.
And now that means Aegis and that shard going to go the way of black and yellow. I'm assuming Aegis. Yeah, Sven, shard onto Boris. Interesting. He's not going to take it himself, right? Okay,
Yeah.
he's not.
Looks like they're gonna pass it to Io. I mean, it does the old tether
Are they
stun.
calling
and deals
GG here?
150
They're not doing
damage.
it, right? Not a repeat of last game?
I don't think so. Brax isn't the type to rage quit. Although this game is pretty rough. Brax would never rage quit. He's the leader of the cult of the cool, calm, and collected one.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. He's an example that all Brackstreet boys can learn from. Shout out to the Brackstreet boys, by the way. Twitch.tv/Braxton911. Everybody. Make sure to follow the channel, like and subscribe. It's September, 20% off.
God damn it, though.
Make sure to do so for Jubai as well, and Yamsung at
Now
Zero,
the fight resumes.
Roya,
But will it follow
Sammy.
the same thread?
Mike streams, right?
Yeah, Mike streams a lot.
Does Flea stream? I feel like he doesn't.
Flea? Nah, he did it for a moment, like here and there, but I haven't seen him stream in a long time.
What I'm trying to say is give these players your money.
Ah, that's where you're going.
Yeah. All right, we got Brax back into the game. Looks like we're good to go. The man would never rage quit. Your lack of faith disturbs me, Ricky.
No. I'm not saying Brax would rage quit it. I was just wondering, like, if they were like GG and out, it would definitely be a gentleman's GG.
Yeah,
Heroes are
yeah,
the
yeah.
ones who wait all the way.
Scan comes out, catches Jubei on the backside, and Brax will just run the other way. Does not want to risk this, and he's going to TP home.
What's a gentleman's GG? You like holding your pinky in the air as you do it? Pinky up?
I'm pretty sure you type out "good game, well played, gentlemen." Mid lane, they fought. I mean, there was a pony there at one point. I don't know what happened to it. You can't even see him die that fast. The Sven just doing too much work here. Jubei with that hook shot, setting that one up, and now they're just gonna keep going. They don't stop. He's got buyback available, but going against an Aegis on the Sven. An Esk behind him with a bottled arcane rune. It doesn't get more difficult than this.
Titan Sliver makes it even harder to keep this guy locked down.
He pops the arcane, goes in, finds the Bane. Orchid's there, but the snowball can't save him. Flea, good attempt, but in comes Yamsun, able to close the gap. Gets a double kill on IX Mike. No way back into this game. Hookshot comes through, they find the Juggernaut, pulling him in, they get the kill. Sammy's gonna buy back. Yamsun's just clicking the tier 4s. Can't be bothered to actually fight here. Sammy doesn't have Blade Fury, gets caught by that Stormhammer, but that's a deep dive. Looking to go on to Esk, he does pop the BKB, getting ready to turn around. Sven signs up for the time being. Also, trying to just back out of this fight, but they are just going in so deep here. Yamsun getting cleaved, does end up dying to the Omni Slash. Sammy doing a little bit of work. Jubei on the backside does go down as well, and now Yamsun links out, but in goes Yesk once again, gets a double kill, taking him down one by one. There's the Stormhammer, they catch the Bloodseeker, they get Flea, the GG comes out. These guys just did not.
You got him. Mission
Mike's
accomplished.
like, got him, baby, let's go.
The game paused?
Someone like canceled the GG to probably Fiend's Grip. I don't know. Yeah, there
No,
it
they
is.
didn't. They didn't cancel it. Otherwise, it would have restarted the timer. It looks like he just DC'd after that. At least that was the 10 seconds. No big GG canceled. That would be unsportsmanlike. It's not the gentleman's GG.
Exactly. Well done by Black and Yellow here in game number 1, getting themselves, I believe, their first win in the tournament, as they really needed it, and on the back of a 12-0 and 16 Sven. Esk also popping up in the mid lane, going 16-4 and 16.
Though they were 0-4 before this, so their first win under the belt did very much need this, like you were saying. This Sven is doing work in this tournament. I don't know why these people keep giving it up here, Ricky.
I don't know either, man. This hero is broken. This hero is super strong. I mean, you give it a hero like Io or the Omni behind it, and no one can keep up with it. You really can. It is incredibly strong.
Oops, my bad.
No, you're good. It's incredibly strong, and yeah, I mean, Io ended up doing almost 16,000 healing this game, 30,000 damage coming out from the Storm and the Sven as well. I mean, this is nuts, man. A really good performance here from Black and Yellow in game number 1, but we've got one more game here before we call it a night. Nev, what can we expect here in game 2? A Sven ban potentially? What do you think?
Sven ban, I think Omni Knight obviously didn't work so well this game. I think they'll pay a lot more attention to the status of that potential Courier sniping award that ended up doing a lot of work. Shout out to Jubei for doing that one there. He did him dirty, man. That was animal abuse down the bottom lane.
Yeah, that was rough. Definitely.
Yeah. Esk played an amazing game as well, just getting that Orchid done extremely quickly and then putting the pressure on Roya here, not giving me a chance to finish his BKB. I mean, going this Yule's Boots of Travel build was kind of desperate, and he wanted to split push around the map. But when you're playing against, these heroes that can relocate, heroes that can get on top of you and punish you for your overextensions, if you can't finish up that BKB very quickly, then you just end up losing the game. I just want to not have those Boots of Travels.
Yeah.
So well played by Black and Yellow.
Absolutely. Well, everyone, just stay tuned. We got one more game here for the night, and then that's going to do it. It's going to be game 2 of Team and Black and Yellow on the BTS Pro Series Season 8. We'll see you after the break.